video we'll be studying about the variable modifiers, auto, extern and register. So let's start with auto variables. An auto variable is any variable that is declared inside a block of the function, right? Auto is a short name for automatic. Any variable that is declared inside a block is by default set as automatic variable. Suppose you have written int x equal to 10 in the main function. So even if you don't write the auto keyword here, this x variable will be set as auto variable by the compiler. Alright. If you want, you can write here auto, but even if you don't write, the compiler will treat this variable as the automatic variable. An automatic variable is destroyed when the scope of the function is over. That is, when the main function execution is over, this automatic variable will be destroyed, and the memory that was allocated for this x variable storing 10 as the value will be released for other users. Right? Now let's understand what are extern variables. Extern is a short name for external. Generally, we use extern variables when a file has to access a variable that is stored in another file. When a file access variable stored in another file. How? We'll see an example for this. Suppose you have created one file, say a.c, and declare some variable, say a there, as 10. Now the definition for this integer variable a is stored in this file a.c. Now in another file, say b.c, you created the main function and want to print the value for a here. %d used as this format specifier to print the integer value, and you are printing the value for a here. Alright, but you have to declare this variable a as extern before writing the function int a. Now when the execution starts, when the compiler sees that an integer variable a has been declared here, the extern variable is going to tell the compiler that go out of my scope and you will find the definition for my variable. So when this statement is executed, we'll shift to another file and we'll find the definition for the variable a here, that is 10. So after coming back to this statement, we'll print the value a here as 10. Alright, so this is about extern variable. You use it when you have to print or use the value of one variable in a file that has definition stored in another file. Alright, you could also write here extern int a multiple times. Any number of times you want, you can write this declaration, as you know that multiple declarations are allowed. Multiple declarations of any variable are allowed, but you cannot write multiple definitions. Multiple definitions are not allowed. Say in one file, say x.c, you have written int a is equal to 20, and in a.c you are writing int a is equal to 10. So you cannot have multiple definitions, but you can have multiple declaration as in here. Alright, so this was about extern variable. Now let's get to registers. Register is the fastest memory and its size is very small, hence access time is also very small. Alright, you can declare a variable as register by using this keyword register before the variable, but eventually this is the choice of compiler to put that variable in register or not. Usually the more frequently used variables are stored in registers so that access time is reduced. Whenever that variable has to access in the file, that time compiler will look into the register memory. Alright, so this saves time, and you can use registers whenever you have to store the variables that you are using too many times in the same program. So that will be stored by the compiler in the register variable. Automatically it is stored, you don't have to use this keyword. Alright, so this was about the variable modifiers auto, extern, and registers. We'll be studying about the static variables in the later video. That is also a variable modifier. Right, so thank you.